Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing and football tips for Saturday the 14th of October. Well, a quick recap on Friday's performance. Well, very disappointing returns. However, the bet didn't run quite as bad as it looks. There were 5 selections, 1 came placed. 3 out of the 4 that came unplaced were only 1 place out of the payout. I believe one of them came 6th, payout first 5, and I think the 2 others came 5th, payout the first 4. You can call it unlucky, you can call it getting it wrong. It doesn't really. The fact is, I think I still only had 26 pence return out of, what was it, £7? Anyway, I'm sure I'll be corrected if that was wrong. Anyway, let's get into it. So, I'm going to talk you through the football bet very briefly. So, as you can see already, the match kicks off at 12:30. It is Notts County versus Mansfield Town. So, it's a £10 stake. I am going for a £6 treble. A £6 over 2.5 goals treble. So, the matches are Notts County versus Mansfield, Wrexham versus Salford, and Swindon versus Newport. So then, as you're well aware, for regular subscribers, it's then a £3 treble over 3.5 goals, same matches, and then a £1 treble over 4.5 goals, treble, same matches. So I'm just going to show you one bet here that's like a spin-off of my main bet. So as you can see, that bet there is 20 pence each way trebles. Let me show you this bet. So what I've had in total is 30 pence each way doubles and 20 pence each way trebles. These are where I've had multiple selections in a race, but then I've also included my banker. So I'm gonna talk you through it. So in the 225, I have gone for 3 selections. I have gone for the low numbers. What I think is going to happen at York tomorrow, I may be completely wrong, but apparently there's going to be no more rain. I've checked the forecast. Apparently there's no more rain. Well, you've seen them going down the middle pretty much. The odd winner has finished on the far side, which is low numbers, but they drifted in that direction. I think the middle of the course could be quite ploughed, as in like quite deep ground. It would have been even worse if there'd have been some rain on top of it, like Saturday morning. But I think they might avoid that ground, so you might be looking for either rail. But I do believe, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I do believe that when York has been heavy or soft, when it starts drying out, I believe it favours low numbers. So I've gone for 3 horses that are drawn low. So those selections are, so in the 225 at York, which is a sprint race, I've gone for Ali's Dancer, Mr. Wagyu, and Hyperfocus. Hyperfocus came second in this race last year, and 25 to 1 is quite a big price about it. Although it isn't my nap in the race, my main selection is Ali's Dancer. In the 240, which is the Cesarewitch, I've gone for 3 selections. It's so wide open this is, and like normally in the Cesarewitch, you can normally narrow it down to what, 8-10 runners. I can give half the field a chance. It's like there's so many trainers in there where you're thinking like, well, it's clear that they've been running them down the field and they've been laid out for this race. But that goes for a dozen of them. So it's like, it's hard to pick one. So what I've gone for is one for 3 selections, but one of these is included in the main bet. And so in the 240 at Newmarket, I've gone for Zenon, Wonderwall, and Jeremiah. Zenon, I believe it's rated 78, and it's trained by Willie Mullins. I don't know how many horses Willie Mullins has that's rated 78, but this has got. I don't understand why this horse is still in training with Willie Mullins. It's owned by what I believe is his missus. It's rated 78. It was rated in the 90s for John Gosling about 6 years ago. And then it went to Willie Mullins, and then it had 3 runs over hurdles, I believe. Then it had another run after a break. Then it had a flat campaign where it was doing okay, and then its last 2 races, I think it ran okay in a big field, and then it won a €38,000 handicap, I believe. And then it had a 3-year break No idea what that's all about. And then it reappeared over 1 mile 4 furlong, which was too short for it. And it was it said something like awkward start, and then tenderly handled in the last couple of furlong. 1 mile 4 straight away is too short for it. This is 2 mile 2 tomorrow. Why is it running this race? Why does he still train it? Why hasn't he got rid of it? I don't know. It could be no good, but why is he even aiming it? Why don't he just keep it in Ireland and run in a race where a 78 rated horse could run in a race or win a race? But no, he's bringing it overseas to run in the Cesarewitch. So I find it interesting. Don't get me wrong, he's got about 5 horses, but a couple of them want to lead. Well, this one doesn't. This one wants to be sat near the back. Sappy Osborne is having the season of her life. I think she's won that racing league again. I can see her actually maybe giving this one a decent ride and popping up. The paying on Sky Bet. So you need to have this bet with Sky Bet, by the way, because I've run out of funds in Sky Bet, so I can't deposit. So they're paying more places on Sky Bet. So Zenon is 33 to 1. Wonderwall, some of its Racing Post ratings have been above its current handicap mark. It's crying out for this kind of distance, and it's hard to be put in the races that it's ran in. It's always finished well. I think it could have a sneak. Jeremiah is interesting. It looks a bit of a doubtful stayer. However, it always seems to run on towards the finish, even over 2 miles. Even I think last year it was actually running over 1 mile. So you may have seen or noticed that Jim Goldie likes to run his horses over a multitude of trips. Like I'm on about the same horses. Like so, this one's run over 1 mile last year. It's over 2 mile 2 this year. I think it could grab a place. But as I said, you are better off placing this bet on Sky Bet due to extra plate races. And finally, the nap of the day. Well, the finally for this bet is Titian in the 3:35 at York. I believe this horse won this race last year. It's crying out for soft ground. I believe it's £1 lower than when it won last year, and it's got every chance. 15 to 2. Apparently, according to Bet365, it opened up 16s. Well, I could never price this horse up at 16s, maximum 10s, but you'd be giving money away, price up at 10s. So it's 15 to 2. So I'm going to get on to the Sky Bet. So this is the main bet with Sky Bet. So, as I said, so it's a 10. Sorry, no, it's not. It's a 5 pence each way lucky 63 and a 13 pence each way doubles. So I'm going for Ali's Dancer at 11 to 1 in the 2:25 at York, paying 6 places instead of 4. I believe this is going to favour low numbers. Kevin Ryan had a winner on Friday, and it loves soft ground, this horse, and it's drawn, like I said, it's drawn low. It's got every chance. Second selection is Man of the People at 7 to 1 in the 2:30 at Chepstow, paying 4 places instead of 3. This is trained by Fergal O'Brien, ridden by Paddy Brennan. No, David Brace, or Dave Brace, whatever you want to call him. It's run twice over the course, which is Chepstow, which is a funny course. There's a lot of question marks over a lot of the horses, and I just basically think there's the least question marks over this horse. I do like the fact that I think it's quite well handicapped, whereas there are better horses in there but to win the race, those horses need to run right up to the best, and I think it's going to be difficult, especially first time out. I believe Sam Thomas has got one in there. That's probably the biggest danger in the race. Third selection, like you've heard already, is Zenon. 28 to 1 in the 2:40 at Newmarket in the Cesarewitch, paying 8 places instead of 4. Fourth selection is Titian at 15 to 2 in the 3:35 at York, paying 5 places instead of 3. The fifth selection is Justice at 14 to 1 in the 10 past 4 at York, paying 4 places instead of 3. If this horse gets an easy lead, Ben Curtis has won on this before at Doncaster, where he went to the lead and gradually upped it from a long way out, and this horse never looked like stopping. If he gets an easy lead, it could possibly do the same again and at least make them all go, and hopefully hang on for at least a place. And finally, one of Ralph Beckett's horses, which I think has got every chance, is Promoter at 13 to 2 in the 4:45 at York, paying 5 places instead of 4. That's 10. We're 10 minutes in now. All bets have been mentioned. I'll be placing no other bets. So if you can give me a like or a subscribe, that'd be great. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.